Hypixel is the biggest Minecraft server of all time, offering a lot of interesting minigames like Skywars and Bedwars, but only one of them stood out: SkyBlock. Usually, SkyBlock is a minigame where you spawn on a floating island in the middle of nowhere and try to build an empire and beat the game with just one ice and a lava bucket. But Hypixel took this 100 steps further by turning SkyBlock into an entire MMO game featuring boss fights, dungeons, skill grind, and fresh economy system. Following this, the game exploded in popularity, reaching numbers no other Minecraft server has reached before. But just like any other popular game, there has to be a copycat. As an example, GTA, Fortnite, Minecraft, Overwatch, and many other games got copied, and this includes Hypixel SkyBlock. Today we will be talking about CraftersMC, the Hypixel SkyBlock copycat, and I'll be answering 3 different questions. How cheap is the server, and was there any effort put into it? Is the server entertaining or worth playing in the first place? Is it pay to win? And oh boy, there are a lot of things to talk about. But first, what is CraftersMC? CraftersMC is a Minecraft Bedrock Edition server developed by Tion Creative, a Turkish-based team, company, I have no idea. They officially launched their SkyBlock experience on March the 5th, 2022, almost 3 years after Hypixel SkyBlock released, which of course happened on June 11th, 2019. Their goal was pretty simple and clear, which is to bring a Hypixel SkyBlock-like MMO experience to the Minecraft Bedrock player base, which is pretty much a community often left behind when it comes to large-scale Minecraft servers like Minecraft or Hypixel itself. Now, the server presents itself as a complete SkyBlock experience with custom crafting, skills, bosses, and events, and while all of these things sound impressive on paper, in reality, it looks almost identical to Hypixel's version. The official description mentions that the server has reached 400,000 registered players as of 2025, meaning that CraftersMC has definitely attracted a big audience, especially among players who cannot join Hypixel due to a ban or simply not owning Minecraft Java Edition. Logging into the server, it quickly became obvious that the CraftersMC developers had one goal in mind, which is to recreate Hypixel SkyBlock in almost every detail, from island names to NPCs, items, talismans, and even some quest lines. Everything feels almost too familiar. At first, this actually seemed impressive to me. After all, Hypixel SkyBlock is a massive game built over multiple years, but the more time you spend on this server, the clearer it becomes that only little original effort was actually put into it. As I mentioned earlier, most of the game's mechanics, skills, talismans, and even minions are a direct copy, and most of the items and weapons are reused with slightly different names. There are a few small additions, like some unique mobs, markers on NPCs so you can find them more easily, and my favorite feature, a global chat across all lobbies, across all servers. But beyond that, there isn't much to talk about, since these minor quality of life features can't really hide the fact that the majority of CraftersMC content was borrowed, stolen, borrowed, yes, I said that twice. And the technical side doesn't even do the server any favor, because during my testing, the server struggled with connecting issues, frequent random disconnections, and old bugs like the NPCs randomly turning into Steve or quest dialogues glitching out. Performance drops were very common, but I couldn't confirm whether it was my PC freaking out or the server optimization was absolutely horrible. So when it comes to the first question, how cheap is the server and was there any effort put into it? Well, the answer is not much. Look, don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure coding something like this was absolutely horrible and difficult to achieve, and I will give them the credit for that, mostly because I have no idea how coding works in the first place. And while the developers deserve the credit for bringing a SkyBlock-like experience to Bedrock players, the amount of original design is minimal. Aside from that, this is where things get a bit complicated. CraftersMC is popular. The server has gathered hundreds of thousands of players, many of them who are Bedrock players who don't have access to Hypixel. So this is a chance for them to experience something close to Hypixel SkyBlock in Bedrock Edition, and in that case, the server actually succeeded. The game loop, based on some reviews I found online, is turning to be somewhat satisfying. Grinding for skills, doing slayers, leveling up collections, it's all familiar and still addictive. The server does host some special events. Actually, they only hosted one in 2023 called Sky Canvas, and yeah, this can make the server really fun to play. However, The flaws are really hard to ignore. From my testing, the progression system is much slower and less balanced than Hypixel, and it makes the server almost unplayable. It is missing the spark that makes Hypixel SkyBlock more enjoyable and replayable, if you know what I mean, such as Slayer bosses, dungeons, Kudra, and more features. This puts CraftersMC in a position where pretty much it's a copy of Hypixel that still didn't fully reach Hypixel's depth. So to answer our second question, while the server can be entertaining, it's not really for everyone, especially people who like fast-paced early game content like me. It's enjoyable if you have never played Hypixel before, but if you did before, it will feel like a waste of time, at least in my opinion. Now let's talk about the big one, monetization. This is without a question where CraftersMC made a few mistakes. The server also uses a premium currency like Hypixel called SkyBlock gems, which you have to buy directly from the shop with real money. By taking a look at the store page, the gems here are actually cheaper to buy than Hypixel. That might sound cool and harmless on paper, but simple upgrades here, such as accessory back slots, minion slots, and even coin allowance cost SkyBlock gems, meanwhile Hypixel offers them for free. There are a lot more things free on Hypixel that are actually locked behind a paid option here. This gives paying players a huge advantage, turning what it should be a skill-based progression game into something that can easily be bought. While playing on this server, I realized there was no remote access to NPCs, no auto slayer, the presence of a countdown before teleporting, which was really weird. Well, that was until I looked at the store page again. Just like any other Minecraft server, there are ranks on this server. You can buy 3 ranks here: Gold, Diamond, Emerald. Actually, it's a subscription. Ranks on this server are not permanent, which is a really weird practice in my opinion. Some of the features that I mentioned before, like remote access to NPCs, remote access to the bank, and auto slayer, all of them can be unlocked by buying these ranks. Not only that, but some of these features themselves are locked behind the highest rank. Not only that, but scrolling all the way down, I was shocked to find that these ranks on this server give a bonus skill XP boost, which really makes a difference. Yeah, 15% isn't that big, but when you put it into perspective, a 10 hours grind without a rank is actually 8.5 hours with the highest rank. And let's be honest, you cannot compare a 8.5-hour grind to 10 hours. The monetization here feels really aggressive and poorly balanced. I mean, I'm thankful there are no random loot crate systems because I don't want to see kids gambling, but the ability to purchase subscriptions to unlock basic game menus and having to pay for SkyBlock gems just to get basic upgrades make the game move towards being pay to win. My problem with this is that these are not just cosmetics, it directly impacts the gameplay speed and progression. And during my time playing on this server, I noticed that just like Hypixel, a good money making method here is to level up pets. You see where I'm going with this? People can just buy the highest rank, get 15% skill XP boost, level up pets much faster and sell them, generating more coins than the average player, meaning the rich gets richer. So it became clear that non-paying players, or nons in short, are forced to grind for hours just to keep up with those who spend money. And in short, to answer our final question, yes, the server is very pay to win. Hypixel's economy rewards effort, strategy, and RNG, but CraftersMC economy rewards your wallet. For my final thoughts, CraftersMC is a proof that copying a masterpiece doesn't automatically make another masterpiece. The server successfully recreates the spirit of 2020 Hypixel SkyBlock, but it lacks the balance that made Hypixel's version the best. The technical issues and heavy monetization make it feel more like a rushed cash grab, if you know what I mean, more than a polished game. However, it's actually not something people should be worried about, since for Bedrock players who never got to experience Hypixel, it's still playable and enjoyable experience. After all, it managed to capture the grind, the feeling, the SkyBlock charm, and yes, it would never capture the soul that made the original so special and better. And to summarize my opinion on this server, for the effort, To code the server like this, I can see how much effort they put in, but only a little at best when it comes to being original. Is it entertaining? Yes, but only for certain people who never got to experience the original Hypixel SkyBlock. Is it pay to win? Well, I will let you decide that in the comments. People of the internet, CraftersMC may look like Hypixel SkyBlock, but beneath the server it's missing the magic, the soul that made the original one of the greatest Minecraft experience ever built. I had fun exploring that server and would love to hear your opinion about this topic, and as always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe and join my Discord server to be pinged whenever I stream or upload a video. And with that, see you in the next one.